Hi guys, welcome to the Savvy Money Show with me, your host Sean. I don't have my microphone with me today, so I'm sorry about that, but what about mine mate, eh? Let me know in the comments box which one of you guys got in it with me. And so many others, Tattooed Chef, Dropbox, and we're going to talk about a couple of specs to start it off and then move on. Bridgetown Holdings, well, even that. When I got in this morning, it was $10 a share. Now look at it. And basically, it's who it's in talks with. Now remember, there's no letter of intent at the moment, but if we have a look, it's going with Indonesia's Tokopedia, which is just behind Shopee in the rankings. It's only competition is C limited, but it has a lot of investment from the likes of Alibaba and SoftBank and Google, and I think people are excited by this. They see this as Indonesia's answer to eBay or Amazon. And of course there's another one, apart from the fact that it's backed by Peter Thiel. You know, his name on anything will. Thunderbridge acquisition too. Now this is one that has gone a bit under the radar, and it's entered a definitive merger agreement with Indie Semiconductor. I like this because this has ties with a lot of big companies, including Tsla and a number of others. You know, BMW, Honda, Skyworks Solutions, you know. But we will find out in due course. Having ties doesn't mean they actually have contracts with them. We will find out what's going to happen. Sorry, that's the last one. They basically have a moat in themselves. Provides up to 495 million in cash, which is, sorry about the background noise by the way, which is 395 million held by Thunderbridge too. And I just think this is one that hasn't run up yet and will be well worth looking into. Now, hi guys, welcome to Savvy Money Show with me, your host Sean. Well, for those of you in the Workhorse, if you head over to my YouTube channel, you'll see how I've spoke about Romeo Power batteries have confirmed an order of $2.4 billion on batteries. I apologise for background noise. I'm not in my usual setting. And TPI Composites have announced the order for more vehicles. They both said they cannot speak more about it, which screams an NDA. And on top of that, the Congressman has spoken about bringing $800 million and more jobs to Lordstown Motors with the USPS contract. All the information is in my channel. Now, there's been a lot about AT&T lately. As I said last week, Warner Brothers has announced they're going to have their movies directly through AT&T's HBO Max, which you thought would have lifted the stock, but didn't really move it much at all. and would have been the end of cinemas, but didn't do much of the cinema stocks. And now, in case you're wondering why AT&T kind of dipped a bit, they come out with the news that they won't be increasing the dividend, which means the end of the dividend aristocrat status, which will bring in only 268 million for them. They do have a debt problem. This won't do much for the debt problem, but it shows that they are taking action to bring it down. Now, the dividend was well covered. It was 1.35 covered, 1.35% covered, and ideally you want it at least 1%. 1%. Sorry, it's covered by 1.35 times over, and ideally you want it covered at least 1, so that they don't have to get in the debt to cover the dividend. Here you got the Motley Fool talking about why AT&T should just take the offer above 15 billion, including debt, for DirecTV, because it's a dying horse, and how it would have been the best way to start cutting their debt. Now, they're holding on to the fact that they overpaid for DirecTV. In the end, it'll be worth nothing. They'll be left with debt. They'd have been better off cutting DirecTV's debt from their balance sheet and using the 15 billion to cut their debt more, or invest in new opportunities. But the thing is, people like us have no say on it, and this is why I didn't just go all in on AT&T. I also went into Vodafone. Gives a shorter dividend, but it has a bigger. I think the growth is just as well with 5G, and the dividend isn't that far behind it, 7.63%. And I don't get withholding tax. When I factor in withholding tax, it will be more or less the same. Now, this is in one of my accounts, which was profit. I have another £1,500 in Vodafone in my ISA, and I think there's one that's worth having. They're down a bit because they've been hit with contracts and that, where they've been up doing up their masts, and they've had loss of service issues. But I think next year they will make. Now, Workhorse. Now, it keeps going up and down. Each time it goes up, I buy a put. Each time it goes down, I buy a call. Yeah, and then I sell the put. And I keep playing it like that, rather than sell the shares. And if it goes down enough, then I'll buy more shares with the money I've made from trading the options. What can you say? We've got to wait 30 to 90 days for the contract. I don't think it's that long. I spoke about how they're in negotiations with Royal Mail, and Royal Mail have announced that they're looking into drones to deliver their mail. Any idea of a company, a delivery company that provides drones as well? Well, let me see. Now, GlaxoSmithKline, look at that, 6.84% dividend, 10.68 PE ratio. Now, with this, I'm trading it at the moment in this account. When it's under $14, I scoop it up. When it's over $14, in the sense of over $14.25, I sell half of it, and then when it goes down again, I buy up more. I think it's a great company. I think it's an undervalued company. I think in a couple of years it will be a $20 share. And I do think people will regret not holding it, but it's their decision. Another one I've been trading is Foot Locker. I got in at $30. I sold when it hit $42, $45. Then I bought again when it hit $39, and then I've been buying and selling. I've wanted to keep a minimum 40 shares, but whenever it drops below 40, I'll pick them up. Now, it has a small dividend of 1.58%, P ratio of 7.67%. This is a company that did better during the Roni than normally. It improved its balance sheet, it improved sales because of its e-commerce section. Think when we come through this, what it will be. So this is a company that ticks all the boxes. It will qualify as a recovery stock, because once people go out again, they'll go to the stores, they'll buy. If people are stuck at home, they'll buy from the e-commerce stock shop. So they've done well during the Roni. They've survived. Not only survived, they've thrived. So I just think come 2021, this PE ratio will end up doubling. The dividend may well as well. I bought into this before the dividend, and let's see what's going to happen with it.